Hello everyone, and welcome! Today we're going to level up your math skills by diving into operations on matrices. Think of it like learning special moves in a video game. Once you know them, you can pull off some amazing combos. So, are you ready? Let's get started.
You know that moment, right? You finish an intense round of your favorite online game, and poof, the combined stats for your whole team just appear on the screen. Well, that's actually matrices at work. They're the perfect tool for organizing and adding up data like scores, kills, and assists.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the basics, learn a couple of special moves, and then tackle the boss level, matrix multiplication. After that, I'll share a pro tip that a lot of people miss. And finally, we'll do a quick recap of all your new powers.
All right, our first move is the simplest one, matrix addition. Just think of this like combining your squad's stats from match 1 with their stats from match 2 to see the grand total. It's basically a team-up.
Now before we add anything, listen up, because this is the golden rule, the one thing you absolutely cannot forget. For two matrices to team up, they must be the same size. In math, we say they must have the same order. So a 2x3 matrix can only be added to another 2x3 matrix. This rule is non-negotiable. The official definition is actually super simple. Corresponding elements just means you take the number in the top left of the first matrix and add it to the number in the top left of the second one. Then you do the same thing for every other position. That's it. Simple, right?
Let's see this in action. Here we have matrix A with all the stats from match 1, and next to it is matrix B with the stats from match 2. Now notice, both are 2x3 matrices. They have 2 rows for our 2 players and 3 columns for kills, deaths, and assists.
So the whole process is just 2 easy steps. Step 1, check the orders. Are they the same? Yes, both are 2x3. Perfect, we can proceed. Step 2, we just add the numbers that are in the same spot. Player 1's kills from the first match get added to player 1's kills from the second match, and you just do that for every single position.
All right, you've mastered addition. Let's move on to our next special skill, scalar multiplication. Think of this as getting a power-up in a game, like a score multiplier that boosts everything at once.
So, what's a scalar? It's just a fancy word for a normal number, like 2, or 5, or even -3. And here's the crucial part. When you multiply a matrix by a scalar, you have to multiply every single element inside that matrix. Not just the first row, not just one column, everyone gets the boost.
A 2x score bonus in a game is the perfect way to remember this. When you get that bonus, it doesn't just double one of your points, right? It doubles everything. Your score, your bonuses, the whole lot. That is exactly what scalar multiplication does to a matrix.
Okay, it's time. Let's face the boss level, matrix multiplication. Now, this one is a little more complex, but it's also the most powerful and useful operation of them all. But don't worry, I promise this is easier than it looks.
Just like addition, multiplication has its own special rule. To multiply matrix A by matrix B, the number of columns in the first matrix, A, must be exactly the same as the number of rows in the second matrix, B. See how those two inner numbers, N, have to match? If they match, you're good to go. And the new matrix will have the size of the outer numbers, M by P.
I know, the method for this can look a bit intimidating at first, but trust me, there's a simple rhythm to it. All you have to remember is this one phrase, row attacks column. Seriously, that's the whole secret.
So how does it work? To get the very first number in our new matrix, the one in the top left corner, we take the entire first row of matrix A and we match it up with the entire first column of matrix B. We multiply the pairs of numbers and then add up all those products. That final sum is our first element. And you just repeat this row attacks column pattern for every other spot.
Now for a very important pro tip. This is the thing that separates the beginners from the masters. When it comes to multiplying matrices, things work a little differently than they do with regular numbers. With regular numbers, we all know that 3 times 5 is the same as 5 times 3. But for matrices, this is not true. The product of A times B is almost never the same as B times A. Sometimes you can calculate A times B, but B times A is not even possible. So the most crucial point here is the order in which you multiply matters a lot. And this image shows it perfectly. Just look at the result when we calculate A times B. And now look at the result for B times A using the exact same two matrices. They are completely different. So please, never ever assume that AB is the same as BA.
And that's it. You've defeated the boss level. Let's do a quick recap just to make sure all your new skills are locked in. You're doing great.
So today, you've learned 3 key moves. First, addition, our team-up move. Just add the matching elements, but remember, the matrices must have the same order. Second, scalar multiplication, our power-up, where you multiply every single element by one number. And finally, matrix multiplication, the ultimate combo move, where you use the row attacks column method, always checking for compatibility first.
And with these skills, you've unlocked the math behind so many things you use every single day, from photo filters on Instagram to the complex physics in video games. You have officially leveled up your matrix skills. Keep practicing, and trust me, you've absolutely got this.